What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Max, back again with another video. Like I promised you, here's the Q&A. I'ma just jump right into it so we don't waste no time. I'ma just answer the basic questions first. My name is Malik Maxwell. I go by Max. My birthday is October 7th. My height is 4'11" and a half, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna just jump right into the questions. All right, so first question is, was there anyone who you thought wouldn't be supportive who ended up being very supportive? Was there anyone who I thought that wouldn't be supportive who ended up being supportive? To be quite honest, not really. The ones who support me actually support me. The ones who don't, they just don't. And you know what? I really don't care too much if they don't support me, because like, if you ride for me, you ride for me. If not, that's just what it is. So to answer the question, no, there wasn't anyone who I thought who wouldn't be supportive who was. So question number 2, does your height prevent you from getting women? This is a funny question, but no. My height actually works for me, so it doesn't prevent me from getting women. That's mad funny. But the next question is, how difficult / easy was it for you to start your transition? Also, super bummed that I missed you at Pride in October. There's gonna be more Prides, and maybe one time you might be able to catch me. But how difficult / easy was it for me to start my transition? It wasn't that hard at all. It wasn't difficult. It was fairly easy. I was recommended to Callan Lord Community Center, and I ended up making a call. I scheduled an appointment, and by February 16th, 2016, I was in Callan getting blood work done, and then a month later, I started T. So it wasn't that hard, actually. It really wasn't. Workout routine / what motivates you, and advice, because I need motivation. My workout routine, that's a lot. But I follow a plan that I do. Try to do 5 days a week, 2 days off. And what motivates me? Life, goals, push to motivate FTM. If you don't follow them on Instagram, you should, because there's a lot of brothers out here that are just pushing and motivating each other to, exercise and just be their better selves, Like, in order to see change, you have to be change. So, yeah, that's what motivates me. So, what's your height? How long did you have to wait to tattoo your chest? And have you ever considered cutting your dreads? Ouch. My height is 4'11" and a half. I answered that question in the beginning of the video, but that's cool. How long did I wait to get my chest tattoo? I waited a year and some change to get my chest tattoo, but I'm pretty sure you can get your chest tattooed whenever you please, as long as you're healed up properly to get the chest tattoo. But I don't think there is a limit. I want to say after 6 months, but like I said, I waited until after a year to get my chest tattoo. It was supposed to be a top surgery anniversary gift to myself, but didn't turn out that way. It ended up being a birthday present for myself. So yeah, I waited a year and some change, like 4 months. And have I ever considered cutting my dreads? I have considered cutting my dreads. You can't see them right now. Let me see if I take it off. But yeah, I've thought about it. This is where I'm at right now. I just got it done a couple days ago, so niggas went ice skating, so that's what my hair is looking like right now. But there is a death threat on my life if I cut my hair, so I can't do it. Plus, my girlfriend wants to see me first before before I cut my hair. So yeah, what she say goes. All right, next question. What's a good protein powder for gains, and how often do you work out? This is what I use. Universal Gain Fast. This is what I use. This is chocolate, and I would say if you want to get a protein powder for gains, this is the way to go. All right. I showed it to you because I feel like I'm gonna mess up the name. So that's the protein powder that I use, and that's vanilla flavored. How often do I work out? I try to work out 5 days a week, like I said. If I miss a day, the weekends is when I try to make up the day that I missed. So I try as much as I can. If I have time to get to the gym, I'm going. For the most part, I go to the gym after work, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Question number 7 is, what's your lock count, and did you use 2-strand twists? It's 2-strand twists now, but in the beginning, no. I just twisted it, just sitting there, just twisting my hair. It was hot one day. I was at baby shower, and it was just really hot in the place. So I just started twisting my hair, and this is what happened. So, yeah. And my lock count is 107. Do you date cis men / trans men? I do not date cis men. I date women, bisexual women, lesbian women, trans women. I would date a stud. They just can't be as manly as me. I don't care about what they wear, but they just can't try to overpower me. And would I date a trans man? I'm open to it. Yes, I would. As long as we connect on that level, as long as we there for each other, I don't mind dating a trans man. So yeah. Is bottom surgery something you've considered, or are you fine with where you are currently in your transition? I am considering bottom surgery, not right now, but in the very near future, I do want to have bottom surgery. Right now, I'm okay and I'm not okay. I want them to get advanced technology or procedures where I don't necessarily have to take skin off my body to create a junk downstairs for myself. If there's a way that I could avoid that, I would. If there was a way for me to get a penis implant, that'd be great too. But I don't really know if that's a thing. So, yeah, I'm not really too comfortable with, where I'm at right now with downstairs. I am dysphoric, but it's not dysphoric how I was with my chest. I pack, so, that illusion of a penis helps. Can you talk about healing from top surgery and how it affected your movements? Top surgery, my recovery and healing process was probably, to me, one of the worst experiences that I had to go through, only because I had to do it alone. There was nobody here helping me, and it's okay, I get it. No one really cares about someone who just got top surgery, but it's alright. I'm not gonna put that out there and put that on anyone. But it was hard, I had to do a lot on my own, especially when it came to heating up my food and trying to eat, because my microwave, the way it's set up, is not on a counter where you can just push the button and the door opens. It's connected to the counter, built in type shit. So I had to drag a chair over to my microwave, step on the chair, open the microwave, step back down, get the food, step back up, and then put the food in the microwave. It was a lot. It was a lot. I was wrapped up like a burrito, extremely tight. The drains were getting on my nerve, and it was just bad. Like, it was just bad for me and my experience because I was alone. Everyone else's experience is different. You know, a lot of people have their parents and their loved ones taking care of them after their, you know, top surgery procedures. Unfortunately for me, I didn't have that. So, yeah, it was really hard to move around and do stuff for myself because, you know, it was but so much mobility I had with my hands because it was just like this. Like, I was wrapped up like a burrito. It was really tight. I was living out there. New York is cool. It's alright. I wouldn't, you know, recommend living here. It's expensive. I'm trying to get out of New York City. So if you're thinking about moving here, I hope your financials are straight and you you do better than me here. Because not to say that I hate it here. I mean, I do hate it here, but I've been here for 28 years of my life. So it's a different experience for me. On to the next question. When did the turning point begin for you? When did you feel you was a male trapped in a female's body? I felt like I was a man trapped in a female's body when I was a kid, when I was little. I always knew something was wrong with me or something wasn't right with me. Always wanted remote control cars, action figures, wrestling, and wanted to be in the dirt. I always wanted to be one of the boys. Like, that was just something that I always wanted. And the turning point for me was in late 2015 when I was an admin for an LGBTQ shout-out page on Instagram. And I met another person of trans experience. He was a trans man. And, you know, I just had a conversation with him. We spoke about how I felt, and I expressed myself to him. And he just, you know, was just like, hey, maybe you should, you know, transition for yourself and not for anybody else. And I was like, you know what? You know what? You're right, because, you know, we only have one life to live. So if we don't live it right now to our fullest and we die, then there's nothing else we can say for ourselves because we didn't die. So I was like, you know what? That's it. And then in the early New Year of 2016, my nephew was born on January 4th. And unfortunately, 24 hours later, my mom passed away. So, and then that sealed the deal for me. Because considering that was 24 hours later that, you know, we was given a blessing and then God take it away from us, it was just a reality. It was just like, you can go at any minute. Like, you don't know when your time is. So, as if you don't live your life now, then you're not going to have the chance to do so. So that was the turning point for me. What was your family's and friends' reaction? How did you feel after? Most of my family members took it pretty well. As far as like siblings go and cousins. As far as the adults go, it didn't go too well. They don't really respect my transition, or at least they say they respect it, but, you know, they don't take the initiative to correct themselves when they dead name me and misgender me. So it was really hard to believe them when they say they support me they respect me when they do things like that. So, but my friends, they took it. They was like, yo, man, you're one of the dudes. Like, you was always one of the dudes from the beginning. Like, it's about time that you kind of like decided that you wanted to do hormones and stuff like that. So, like, they was on board for it. What are stigmas and stereotypes about transgenders, directly and indirectly? What I think are some stigmas and stereotypes that when you get on testosterone that you'll automatically get muscles. It's not gonna happen. I think that's a huge stereotype. You have to work for it, just how anybody else has to go to the gym or has to exercise to get muscle. It's not because of a drug or a steroid or whatever the case may be. Like, you have to put in the work. Like, there's work behind that. that when you transition, that I think a stigma is that when someone says or they identify as trans, is that they automatically have to have surgery. You don't. You don't. There are a lot of transgender men out there who don't have bottom surgery and they, stick with what they have. There are a lot of trans women, who are just okay with what they have and don't go through with surgery, top or bottom. It doesn't matter, And I'm not speaking for me. I'm just speaking in a general sense, like not every transgender person gets surgery. That's not something that every transgender person does. And I feel like I don't really know anything else that's not coming to my brain right now. So, maybe male privilege that, maybe some transition thinking that, they can do everything that a man can do, There's some things that we really can't do, like, ejaculate, for example. Like, trans men can't really ejaculate like a man, like that's not something that our bodies are capable of doing, like that's just something. You are a part of a sorority. How has that affected you since you characterize yourself as male? Yes, I did pledge a non-Greek sorority back in 2014. It's called the Phoenix Sorority. Everything was good in the beginning of my transition, before my voice dropped as deep as it did, and before the facial hair grew in as much as it did. It was really cool at first. After the voice dropped and my facial hair grew in more and more, certain things started to come up, and certain things became into question and blah blah blah. I can't really get into details about that because it is sorority business, but some things have come up now that I am a lot further in my transition. So that's that. I've seen you have embraced a lot of trans men. How do you feel you and other transgenders relate or differ? I feel like we all relate because we all just want to be ourselves, We all just want to be seen as the person we've always seen ourselves as. The person that when we look in the mirror, that's who we see. We don't see the reflection that everyone else sees. We see who we see, And I think that the more people realize that it's not something that, we just woke up one day and decided, oh, I want to be a boy. No, this is something that most of us have lived with for most of our lives. So it's just like, we all just want to live life just like anybody else. Like, I don't see the problem in that. I just think everybody just wants to live a happy life. And some of us differ. We all differ because everyone is a different person, We are all from different backgrounds, all walks of life. Some people are big, some people are small, some people are tall. I'm short, Like a lot of people, transitions are different, That's just it, Not everyone is gonna be the same, and we can't be the same, The only thing that is the same is the thought of wanting to live a happy life, wanting to be who we want to be. That is the goal. That is the ultimate goal for all of us, is to be seen as the man that we see ourselves as, or the woman as she sees herself as. That's just how I see it. I seen you went to an event for the LGBT community in Philly. Can you explain what it was and what brought you there? Okay, so back in, I believe it was August, I went to the Philly Trans Wellness Conference. It's pretty much where, the LGBT community comes together. Specifically, the trans community comes together, and there's a bunch of workshops and a bunch of vendors that come through, and you can just, meet people, buy stuff, go to the workshops to learn and educate yourself, get more knowledge about, trans bodies and surgeries and, stuff that they have for transgenders who are like with disabilities and stuff like that. They have stuff for trans women and workshops like that, all sorts of stuff. Workshops on working out and um, show and tells, and it was a really, really, really good experience. My first experience was in 2017 when I went to go and meet my mentor. His name is just Dejan. I almost slipped up on his name. His name is Dejan. And at the time, he had a magazine. He has a magazine out called Black Tea Magazine, and he was looking to feature African American trans men in his magazine. So I ended up submitting my story, my transition story, and he ended up emailing me back and asking for a photo so that it could be published in the magazine, which it was. I have the magazine with me. I don't know exactly where it is, but I took it back with me to the conference, and I met him. He signed it. I signed it myself, and that is what brought me there. It brought me there because I wanted to meet my mentor, but I also wanted to meet other transgender people of trans experience. I just wanted to branch out and see what else the world had to offer, and it was a great experience. I loved it. I went back the next year in 2018 where I was able to host a meet and greet, and I met a bunch of my Instagram followers, which was also a great experience because honestly, I didn't think people were gonna, show up or even come to the table where I was gonna be at to even meet me, but the turnout was unbelievable. Like, I know I was running a little bit late, and I have a video for that too, but that's a whole nother video. But it was a really, really, really good experience. It's great. Last question. How did you feel to get your name officially changed? Why the name Malik? I officially got my name changed on August 15th, 2016, and it has been the greatest thing ever to be acknowledged as Malik and not as my dead name. It's like, finally I am the person that I always wanted to be, the person that I've seen in the mirror for 28 years, or technically I want to say 25 years because I've been, living as trans or living as male I've been medically transitioning for almost 3 years, 2.5 years. But I've been living, or I identify as male since junior high school or whatever. But it feels great to be where I am now. Sorry. It feels great to be where I am now. And why did I choose the name Malik? Well, I actually had a bunch of different names that I wanted to go by. Actually, there were a bunch of different names that I went by. Mitch, Mike, Big Mike. So I thought of getting a K name because a lot of my siblings' names start with a K. So I wanted to have a K name. I came up with Khalil, King, Kaden, and there's another K name that I can't remember. And then it was Malik, Malcolm, Maxwell, and Malik. So those were the names. I put it on my Facebook. I had people vote on the ones that they liked the most. Malik was, Maxwell actually got picked the most, and then Malik came second. So it was actually supposed to be Maxwell Malik as my name, but then, my best friend, she ran it by me, and she was like, it's a better ring if you say Malik Maxwell. And I was like, you know what? That actually does has a better ring to it. Maxwell Malik. Malik Maxwell. It does make a lot more sense, and it does have a nice ring to it. So I went online, I looked up the meaning of the name Malik. And in Arabic, surprisingly, it means king of all kings. So I stuck with the name Malik, and if people wanted to call me a nickname, I would have them call me King because that's technically what my name means, King. So I stuck with the name Malik Maxwell Hanley, and that was my name that I chose. I stuck with it, and it's been my name ever since. I love it, and that's it, This was a great video. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you learn some information about me. Love, peace, and hair grease. Be easy breezy, lemon squeezies. Max is out. Let's get to 100 subscribers, y'all. We have a giveaway coming up. Deuces.